Good morning, everyone. My name is Raymond Che, and I want to start by saying a big thank you to Professor Gregory for this opportunity to do this presentation this morning. I would like you to start by imagining two students coming out of a math exam in which they both failed, and one says, I knew it, I'm not a math person. And the other one says, Yeah, I know I failed, but I know if I go home, re strategize, and then take it again, I'm going to pass it this time. Probably didn't prepare hard enough. What's the difference between these two people? The main difference is the mindset. Yeah, it's how they think and how they approach situations in life. That brings me to what I want us to discuss this morning, which is the growth mindset. This is a concept that was developed and popularized by renowned psychologist Professor Carol Dweck. We'll talk about what a growth mindset is, we'll compare with a fixed mindset, and then we will look how this growth mindset concept is applicable in aspects of life like education, the workplace, relationships, and what have you. So, what is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is a mindset that believes that abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. Meanwhile, fixed mindset is a mindset that believes that abilities, intelligence, talents are traits that cannot be developed. You either have it or you don't. Yeah, so in her study, Dr. Carroll discovered that people that are praised for being smart often tend to avoid challenges so that they can protect their image. Meanwhile, people that are praised for their efforts, they tend to approach challenges, pick up challenges, and by so doing, improve on themselves. What does this really mean in real life? Let's look at education, for instance. Teachers who adopt this concept of the growth mindset in academics, they tend to praise students for their effort rather than their natural abilities. For instance, in a math class, teachers will tend to let students know that their mistakes are part of the learning process instead of making them feel that their mistake is failure. Uh, a randomized study control trial published in Psychology Science found that when teachers delivered this growth mindset intervention, their at-risk students experienced an average of 0.27 standard deviation increase in grades, equivalent to about 2.8 percent points in their report score. So this shows you how important this growth mindset is for students, especially at-risk students. Maybe all they need to do is to change their mindset. Also, in real life, it's also very applicable even in real life. For instance, the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, she also dealt well with the know it all or the do it all mentality that was in the company before, and she introduced the learn it all mentality. What does the learn it all mentality do to them? It encourages them to take calculated risks and then learn from the feedback. Yeah, if they it gives room for failure. It doesn't look at it makes people know, oh, even if we fail, we can try again, we could improve from it, we could look at what went wrong, and then we can improve on it. Also, even in relationship, people that go into relationship with a growth mindset, they approach issues and challenges in their relationship with a mindset of okay, understanding, and oh yeah, oh, it's an opportunity to develop and become better. Meanwhile, people with a fixed mindset will look at it like incompatibility. Yeah, it didn't work for us. I don't think there's anything else we can do to make it work. You know, yeah, even it applies even in real life. Take for instance somebody that wants, whether you want to be a musician, whether you want to do sports. Yeah, the mindset at which you go into it will determine how far you go. Take for instance a student or someone that wants to learn how to play guitar. If they go with a mindset of a fixed mindset, they'll probably just give up after maybe two tries or even once. Because a person with a fixed mindset is like, if I can't do it the first time, it was not meant for it, so I can't try it again. So, but somebody with a growth mindset will go in there and you'll be like, okay, what can I do different? I'll probably take a lesson or re-strategize. And yeah, they keep trying until they get it right. I don't want you to look at this like this mindset thing is just like a switch. You either have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. No, a fixed mindset, one can have a fixed mindset concerning a certain aspect of life and a growth mindset in another aspect of life. For instance, somebody can have a growth mindset when it comes to sports, but when it comes to public speaking, for instance, they might have a fixed mindset. I'm not the kind of person that speak in public. That is not my thing, you know. That's a fixed mindset. And yeah, there are certain things that people, no matter how you try it, take for instance, somebody, you can't train enough to jump off a cliff as a human being. No matter how you start jumping from a table and then you increase to the stairs and everything, when you get to the cliff, you can't just jump. So that is a fixed mindset about that because we are not meant to fly. Yeah, and this fixed mindset concept, people also have barriers to it. There are barriers for developing a fixed mindset. I mean, if you don't have the right feedback from people, if you don't have the encouragement from other people, and yeah, it tends to hinder development of a growth mindset. So these are things you need to put in mind. A fixed mindset doesn't mean you are the type of a toxic positivity person. No, you if growth mindset doesn't mean okay you just positive in everything. That kind of no, that's not what we're saying. But a growth mindset is a mindset that believes that there is room for improvement. There's room to challenge yourself, and then you could develop the basic skills and talents that you already have. A fixed mindset just keep repeating the things they did and they were successful in because they're afraid to try new things. Because once they fail, they beat themselves to it. They're like, why did I even try this thing? This thing I knew it wasn't meant for me. But a growth mindset will challenge itself. Yeah. So how are the few things you can start doing to like improve on your or towards nurturing your the growth mindset? The first thing is to acknowledge that intelligence can be developed. Yeah, if you acknowledge that intelligence can be developed, then you're in the right position. And then you start by you have to do a self-talk. Change your talking from I can't to I can't, not just yet. Yeah, because when you said not just yet, you give room for possibility to grow. That means you can do something. Dr. Dweck in her expose about the not yet, the power of the not yet says, not yet gives you that room for learning, gives you that room for development. So you also have to embrace failure. Failure is part of the process. So okay, it's okay to try and fail. You try again, you learn from your mistakes. And you also have to acknowledge the process. You have to celebrate the process or the effort. You celebrate your efforts, and you're not yet you're not there yet, but yeah, you're making progress. So all these things can help one to develop their growth mindset. So in a nutshell, a growth mindset is a mindset that believes that yeah, we have basic talent, skills, and intelligence, but we can develop the skills, we can develop our intelligence. Meanwhile, a fixed mindset thinks success is all about the skills and intelligence you have. You don't require any effort to do anything more. Thank you very much for your kind attention.